Hi guys, Dr. Lee here. So the last video I uploaded, 15,000 views in 4 days. I really didn't expect so many people to relate to the message. I'm so happy that the information that I'm putting out can resonate with some of us. When I decided to start speaking about these issues, it came from a place in my heart with a lot of passion, and believe me, I just felt like somebody needed to be talking about the issues that we're really facing. Let's have a discussion. For all the videos that I put out, guys, just make it a discussion and we'll take it from there. We know that the coronavirus started in China around late November to December. The WHO declared that there was a cluster of pneumonia in China, and since then the world is in chaos. The coronavirus moved from China to Iran to other parts of Asia, then to Europe, after that to America, and then all we could hear in the American media, African Americans are dying at an alarming rate from the coronavirus. African Americans are disproportionately affected. The blacks, African American, coronavirus, blacks, death. You could swear it was the Black Death. You heard it from all the mainstream media news outlets, BBC, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, everything with C, CCC, even China mainstream media, CCTV. The reality is that the American mainstream media literally caused an hysteria in the minds of black people, not only in America, but all over the world. The American mainstream media is not for you. The American mainstream media is for America and the people who predominantly run these networks. That's just a fact. What we see today is not what is being reflected in the media. However, African Americans are disproportionately affected. I'm not disputing that fact. However, Africans, black people around the world are not dying at an alarming rate from the coronavirus. More than 70% of the deaths from coronavirus thus far occur in predominantly white countries, and that's the fact. US more than 80,000, Spain more than 30,000, UK more than 30,000, Italy and 30,000, Germany 7,000, China 4,600. I could DJ the whole of this, I swear. What is interesting to me is that China reported that coronavirus started in Wuhan. Wuhan has a population size of 11 million. As soon as they got to infection rate of 80,000 people, China declared that they were corona-free, reporting that they only have over 3,300 deaths in the country. My problem with that was that I know that China is a big country and China has 1.4 billion people. Is it that China did not expect that coronavirus would be going to other major cities in China, such as Shanghai, 23 million, Beijing, 23 million. After all, your country has 1.4 billion. And what I found interesting was that China made it their point of duty to come on national TV to celebrate the fight against corona. And I'm like, where are the mathematicians and the statisticians in China? Because you have 1.4 billion who were never exposed, and this is a new virus. Did you not expect that other people in the country to travel from Wuhan to other province in China? Was that it? Or was it to show that we have conquered the coronavirus? Enough of that. Let's look to the Caribbean. Current infection rate in the Caribbean, much lower than Europe. Current death rate, look at Jamaica, less than 10 deaths. Trinidad, less than 10 deaths. Haiti, 15 deaths. Africa, a continent of 1.2 billion people, currently has 60,000 infection and a little over 2,000 deaths. Compare that to America. America has a population size of 330 to 350 million. Their current death rate is more than 80,000 people. If you compare this by any margin, something is wrong here. What the media is not saying is that the coronavirus is significantly affecting European countries and even white countries more than they're affecting brown countries. And yes, Brazil is an exception. That's just the reality, but we have to look at the population of Brazil. And Brazil, it's 50% white and it's 50% black, and that's a fact. Catch that? And yes, we can say that, oh, it's because we have less infection, duh. Yes, we have less infection, but if you look at the map. When the first cases of the coronavirus started in the Caribbean, as well as Africa, as well as America, and even in Europe, we should be seeing a lot more infection and a lot more deaths if you really compare it to that margin. I am not at all saying that we're not going to account for a significant proportion of deaths from coronavirus. All I'm saying is that the media has been focusing on the fact that African Americans are disproportionately dying from the coronavirus, causing a lot of black people around the world to think that they are more likely to die of the coronavirus, when the reality is that most people who have died from coronavirus thus far are actually white countries. We make it seem as if Africa is the source of major pandemics, disease, and plagues, when in all honesty, in all reality, in all factuality, that is incorrect. The Great Plague of the 1738, Europe. The Plague of Aztec, Europe. How many people died? 8 million. Spanish flu, almost 100 million people died. Europe. The Black Death, China. The Black Death, China. Russian flu, Hong Kong flu, SARS Corona 2003, China. Swine flu, China. Coronavirus, China. We see that flus or respiratory illness typically emerge from Asia and Europe predominantly. Yes, we have our own pandemics too. We have our Ebola in Africa, yellow fever in Africa. Yes, HIV is also very controversial. This is not saying that, Africa, you're not responsible for anything. All I'm saying is that a lot of countries and continents have their fair share of pandemics, and the reality is that most of the deadliest pandemics actually arise out of Europe and some parts of Asia. But then when we are actually really experiencing the pandemic, we are going to make black people feel like you are the origin of the disease. What kind of sick narrative is that?